Hi friends, so look at the gift I'm having here for you guys. The question says prove that integral of root of a square minus s squared dx is equal to what? Pi a square over 4. And don't forget that we are having the upper limit to be a and also the lower limit to be what? 0. So how can we go with this? Okay, this. But remember, we are asked to prove. So we need to find any means, at all means. We need to find anything we can do to make this equals to this. That's what the question is talking about. Alright? So here, let's take our x equals to a sine theta, because we're having trigonometric function here, which is, you can easily substitute sine theta to be this, right? So okay, let me square both sides because I need x squared. So I'm having s squared equals to a squared, okay, sine square theta. I think I'm on the way. So I can find the expression for my the x, which is the x differentiating both sides of what of this. The s equals to a cos theta d theta. Very good. Right? So let me put back everything here. And remember, I'm using, I said let my x equals to a sine theta. So everything here is in what? Is in x word. So is in the x word. So I need to put everything back to what? To theta word, because I'm using theta right now. Right? So okay, let me record this. When I have x equals to a sine theta, right? So when my x is a, let me put it there. So that will be what? A equals to a sine theta, right? Divide both sides by what? By a. I'm having 1 equals to what? Sine theta. Show that my theta equals to what? Sine inverse of what? Of 1. And sine inverse of 1, that should give me what? That's 90 degrees, which is also the same thing as pi over 2, right? Yes, I think I'm on the way. Okay, when my x is 0, so let me put it there. That will be 0 equals to what? A sine theta. Since everything here is 0, yeah, everything is 0. My theta will be 0 here. My theta is pi over 2 here. So it is 0 here. So now, this will change from what? Integral of a. Now, that will be what? That will be pi over 2, right? To 0. Of what? Of root of a square minus, what's my s square? My s square now is what? A square sine square theta. Then what's my dx? My dx is taken to be what? To be a cos theta d theta. Since I'm on the way, I'm on the way, yeah. Okay. What other thing can I do here? I can factorize my x square, right? So I'm having integral of pi over 2, 0, okay, root of a square into brackets 1 minus sine square theta, right, times a cos theta d theta. Okay. So here, let me take a out. If I take my a square out, don't forget that this square will cancel this and I will have ordinary a aside. So, and don't forget that my a is taken to be constant, right? Is a constant. So this is changed to integral of what? Of pi over 2 to 0. I'm having a root of what? Of 1 minus sine square theta times a cos theta d theta. Very good. So, but if I look at this, according to my trigonometry, I know that my cos square theta, no, cos theta is taken to be what? My cos theta will be, that's root of what? Of 1 minus sine square theta. Yeah, I can easily replace everything here with this. Show that this expression will change into integral of pi over 2 to what? To 0. I'm having a cos theta times a cos theta d theta. Okay? Yeah. So what other can I do here? Okay, let me just multiply this. That's integral of pi over 2 to 0. I'm having, that will be a square cos square theta d theta. So, okay, I can bring out my a, right? Yeah, I can bring out my a. I'm having a squared to be integral of pi over 2, right? To what? To 0, right? Yeah, pi over 2 to what? To 0. And that will be integral of cos squared theta d theta, right? So I need to find a way to integrate my cos squared theta. And I think there is an identity for what? For my cos squared theta, right? So what was an identity for cos squared theta? I need to find a way to integrate my cos squared theta. So I'll take my cos squared theta to be, I can recall from my trig identity that cos squared theta is also the same thing as 1 plus cos 2 theta over 2, right? Yeah, I can take it to be that. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. So this will be integral of what? Of pi over 2 to what? To 0. We are having 1 plus cos 2 theta over 2, right? D theta. So I think this one is quite easy. It's quite easy. Can I factorize my 1 over 2 out? Should I? Yeah, I should factorize my. So I'm having 1 over 2 integral from pi over 2 to 0. I'm having 1 plus cos 2 theta d theta, right? So here I can easily integrate separately. So with that being said, so I'm having what's this? That's 1 over 2 integral from pi over 2 to 0. I'm having 1 plus cos 2 theta d theta. Let me verify it. Yeah, that's what I'm having. So now I can integrate progressively. So this will be what? 1 over 2 into brackets, put in large brackets. I think my pen here should assist me with that. Put in large brackets like this, right? Yeah. So integral of 1 d theta plus integral of cos 2 theta d theta. So, and don't forget that everything is from what? From pi over 2 to what? To 0. Right? So here I can integrate progressively here. I'm having 1 over 2. If I integrate my this, I'm having what? Theta plus. If I integrate this, I can easily do what? U sub to this, right? So let me integrate it here. I'm having integral of what? Of cos 2 theta, right? I can say let u equals to what? 2 theta, so that my what? Du equals to what? 2, right? 2 d theta. So my d theta will be du over 2, right? So my theta is what? Du over 2. My d theta is du over 2. Then putting it back here, I'm having integral of what? Of cos u du over 2. So I can factorize 1 over 2 here. 1 over 2 integral of what? Of cos u du. So integrating cos u, that's what? 1 over 2 sine u du, right? So that I can fix back my u. So I'm having 1 over 2 sine 2 theta. So that sorry, I don't need to put down here. So that's 1 over 2 sine 2 theta plus what? Plus c. So let me just put ordinary this back to the what? To my answer. So I'm having 1 over 2 what? 1 over 2 sine 2 theta from what? From pi over 2 to what? To 0. So here, what other thing can I do? I can recall my identity for sine 2 theta, that I know that my sine 2 theta is also the same thing as what? As 2 sine theta cos what? Cos theta. So I'm having 1 over 2 into brackets. I'm having theta plus 1 over 2 into bracket. Let me just put 2 sine theta cos theta here, right? So this will cancel this. I'm having pi over 2 here to 0. So that will be 1 over 2 theta plus what? Plus this will be 1 over 2 sine theta cos theta from what? From pi over 2 to what? To 0. Right? So here I think I can put my limits here. So I'm having 1 over 2 when theta is from what? When theta is what? Is pi over 2, right? Plus 1 over 2 sine pi over 2 cos pi over 2, right? Minus, we subtract it from what? From when our theta is what? Is 0. That would be what? 1 over 2 0 plus 1 over 2 sine 0 0 cos what? Cos 0. So here we can easily press our calculator here, right? So let's press our calculator. Let's see what the beautiful answer is. I think everything here is also the same thing as what? As 0, since this is also what? 0. Because theta pi, our pi is 180 divided by 2, that's sine 90, and that's she giving what? 0. So everything here is what? Is 0. So I'm having 1 over 2 pi over what? Over 2 plus what? Plus 0. Okay, let me put it here. Don't forget that our multiplication sign is what? Is here. Then everything here is also what? It's also 0, right? So that, okay, this one, they are still nothing. Nothing can also marry nothing. Let's just feed them out like this. You can go. So you're having 1 over 2 times what? Pi over what? Over 2, which is also the same thing as what? As pi over 4. Right? So is this the final answer? No. Why? Because we can actually come back here to the first one. That's, don't forget to factorize our a square here, right? So I didn't put it here, have you? Yeah, it's not now, but my a square is here. So here I will be having into bracket what? A square in front, right? Show that this expression will now be what? Will be a square into bracket what? Pi over 4. So I'm having pi a square over what? Over 4. So proved. Can I see it now? I've proved it. So this is it. This is the final answer. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly do so now. Subscribe. So which is what? It's free. And do well to share these videos and share it. Kindly like and share it to more people, not students like you. Understand? And let them know that there is easy word of science here. So I'm going to break everything for you. Understand? Thank you.